Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Paranormal, the New Normal presents Paranormal Primetime. We are back once again to discuss two more episodes of season two of everybody's favorite paranormal show, Supernatural. And we are getting to the end of season two, I realized today. We're getting to the end of season two slowly. So maybe another month
Yeah.
and we'll be in season three. So, but,
Yeah, first
oh, I
first
mean, we
season went by quick, it seems. I
Yeah,
don't know.
we missed. I think we missed a few episodes here or there this season, so I don't know. It's been going
Yeah.
by pretty fast, actually. It feels like this. I just released the episode where we talked about the season two first two episodes, so it doesn't feel like that we like that long ago we talked about them. So I mean, I don't know. Time flies when you're a parent with kids. So yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But so Scott starts us off as always with his episode this week.
Okay, so we're on Supernatural season 2 episode 17 titled Heart. And this was written by Rael Tucker and directed by Charlie Brezon. Bezon. Charlie Bezon. Okay, and it starts off, we're at a bar, there's four ladies drinking, and one of the girls' lawyer boss, comes up, he's hitting on her, asks her if she wants to go back to the office with him. She gets him a cab, and she sees this weird dude, like, staring at her on the other side of the bar. And then when she's leaving, we watch the weirdo watch her drive off from, like, the parking garage. The next morning, she's making coffee and she finds her boss just like dead in his office, ripped to shreds. So that's when we cut to Sam and Dean. They're at the morgue, and the coroner's telling her like if she didn't know better, she'd say a wolf killed this guy, and the dude's heart was missing. Then back at the motel, they're discussing the case, and they find out that this is the first male corpse that fits the MO. So there have been a string of prostitutes that went missing and then ended up in the Bay. They're in San Francisco, I guess we should mention. Um, a bunch of prostitutes went missing. And they found them with their hearts out. So it fits this dude, first man that fits that MO. So when they find out, they're assuming it's a werewolf. Dean's getting super excited. And Sam says they haven't seen a werewolf since they were kids. And then that's when Dean brings out his silver bullets and says, one to the heart, and gets all excited about it. So they go to question Madison about Nate, her boss, and that's when they find out that weirdo stalker. We find out that that weirdo stalker guy is her ex and thinks that her and her boss were getting intimate. And he was there right before the killing. So we find out, the whole part where he was watching her and all that shit. Sam and Dean find that out. So they suspect that Kurt is the wolf, and they go to visit his apartment. And then Madison, switch back to Madison, um, where she hears barking outside of her window, and then she goes out and looks down, and Kurt's just staring at the fucking apartment. When they break in and search Kurt's apartment, they see claw marks going down the wall, and it's like fire escape thing on the opposite side. So then we cut to a cop hearing a bang behind a dumpster, and that's when the cops fucking attacked. He shoots. Sam and Dean hear the gun, and they find the cop fucking dead by the dumpster. So they go back to Madison, and she tells them that she saw Kurt outside of her house. Sam and Dean play rock paper scissors to see who's going to Kurt's shop to investigate and who gets to stay with Madison over the night. And
Which
Dean loses.
that's a first. It's
Is
the first
rock
time the
paper
show,
scissors?
first time for rock paper scissors in the show.
Hmm. I could have sworn Dean loses the first one and then says 2 out of 3 and loses the second one because he always
Because
picks scissors, right?
he always picks rock.
Rock. Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
no! You're right. He always picks scissors. Because
Yeah.
Sam kept doing rock, and Dean's too stupid to fucking realize it.
So, I mean, Dean has to go investigate. Sam gets to stay with the girl. Sam's sitting on the kitchen all like weird and awkward, and she keeps asking him if he wants to go to the couch, and he keeps politely declining. And then that's when she just pulls out her underwear laundry and folds it like 3 inches from Sam's face, so he goes to the couch, and
Let's see. I would have sat there and stared at it the whole time.
so um, he's on the couch, and Dean calls from a strip club and says he thinks he knows where Kurt might be. So then we get back to Madison comes, sits on the couch next to Sam, and she puts on her like gay, All in the Families type show.
It was actually 'cause I looked it up because I want to know. It was All My Children.
Oh yeah, yeah, All My Children or whatever.
It would be a lot
I
better if it
think
was All in the Family. It would be a lot better.
I think it was called something different in the show though, but it's referencing to that TV show in real
I don't
life.
think they said. I don't think they said a name in the show. I think they said the characters' names, and that's why I wanted to know what show it was because I was like, why do I know those characters' names somewhat? I mean, my grandmother used to watch that show all the time.
So after they're done watching this show, Sam's all fucking gayed out and he's into the characters and just they're talking back and forth. And then this is when, Sam's going on about how great she is and why were you with this guy, yada yada yada. And that's when they find out that she was mugged a month ago. And right when they're about to have this moment, Dean calls again, ruins the fucking moment. So then we got Madison going to bed, and Sam's just sort of sitting in the living room, making sure nobody fucking attacks her. The werewolf doesn't come in and kill her. Meanwhile, at the same time, Dean's at Kurt's apartment. Um, when he gets into the apartment, he sees Madison. Dun dun dun. And she's fucking a wolf standing over Kurt's dead body. So Dean, I think he shoots, misses, and then he slices at her, cuts her with the silver knife on the arm, and then she just knocks his ass out. When Dean wakes up, he calls Sam, and Sam's like, "No, I've been here the whole fucking night. She's got her door cracked open. Like, I didn't hear her leave. She's in her bed right now, sleeping." And then that's when Dean tells him to check for the cut on her arm. He sees the cut, ties her to a chair. At this time, she thinks Sam's like some weird serial killer dude that's fucking abducted her. And Sam's going on about how she's a werewolf and she thinks he's fucking crazy. Dean gets there and Sam tells him that he doesn't think she knows that she is a werewolf. So they're going on about trying to find a cure, blah, 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 kill the guy who changed her. And so they make this plan. Sam's going to stay with her, and Dean's going to go try to find whoever the fuck mugged her a month ago and try to change her back. So then we cut to a prostitute walking, and she hears like a howl, and she starts running away. And then we see the werewolf attack her, and Dean just puts 3 shots right in the fucking chest of the werewolf. And that's when we find out. I didn't know how to bring this up, but Madison had a neighbor across the street that was like super into her across the hall, and we find out that that's Madison's fucking neighbor was the one who probably attacked her. So while that was happening, Madison had changed and she got loose. Sam and her get into a scuffle, and then Sam locks her in the closet. When she wakes up in the morning, she sees all the fucking claw marks in the closet, and then she realizes that she might be a fucking werewolf. So, they tell her you should change back. You shouldn't be a werewolf anymore. Blah, blah, blah. You should be fine. Madison sees them outside, like stalking the house in their car, and then fucking invites them in after they say, we got to make sure that you're not going to change back. They're playing games all night. She doesn't turn. And then Dean leaves to give them a little time to do the sweet, sweet intercourse during the day.
Yeah, which is kind of a first too. It's the first time we actually see like an actual like intercourse scene on the show.
And probably the first time, no, I guess Meg, huh? For
Yeah.
Sam, since his girlfriend.
Well, I mean, but Meg and him never got anywhere. It was always just Meg like playing with him because she knows what he is.
So this might be Sam's first like girlfriend since his girlfriend died.
No, there was another episode where he got into where he like got close to getting some. I forget what it was, but there was another episode where he got close to getting some.
Okay.
And he might have off camera even. I don't freaking know. But there was another. I'm pretty sure there's at least one or two episodes where he got because there's he. I gotta say he was working the pit moves the whole time he was staying at her apartment. Like he was talking to her about like he was playing the sweet guy that's like, why are you dating this bad guy? Like he was playing the fucking smooth
Yeah.
moves.
Well, hold up one. Okay, we're connected. So after they're done having coitus, Sam wakes up and she's a fucking werewolf again and jumps out of the window. Sam calls Dean. Now they're back on the hunt. So Sam's calling everybody. He's calling Bobby, asking if there's a cure, some way to cure her. And then Madison calls from a payphone booth. There's a throwback. We don't got those anymore. Payphone booth, and she says she doesn't know where she is. So Sam and Dean go pick her up, and they go back to her house, and then everything gets super fucking gay. So everybody's crying. They have to shoot her because there's no cure. They're telling her there's no cure, and Dean says, "I'll shoot her. You shouldn't have to shoot her." And Sam says, "Oh, but I have to shoot her." And then it ends with Dean crying and the sound of a gunshot. And that was
Yeah,
like gay meter 5.
I mean, it's to me, it's not a gay meter at all because it's not like they're like getting gay with each other. Like it's kind of like why it kind of is fucked up because like this girl doesn't want to be evil. She doesn't want to even be what she is. She's just like unfortunate circumstances. So I mean, to me, it's just kind of like a fate dealt her a bad hand, and they can't just
Well,
let her be.
they knew this girl for all of like 18 hours. So how to get that attached to
Hey,
somebody you knew for.
Sam, I think they felt bad for her, and I mean, because they see all these monsters who don't care what they are, and they like being what they are. Like this girl didn't want to be this; she was happy in her regular life.
I get
Like
it. I
it's,
get it.
I mean, it's
We.
not. I don't know.
I get it. Yeah, that's sad. A lot of crying. A lot of crying. Very dramatic. And speaking about crying, Dean, in real life, Dean, Jared Padalecki or whatever, told Sam to think of his dead dog to pull that scene off. I
Uh,
thought that was pretty fucked up.
well,
um,
Dean is Jensen Ackles. Jared Padalecki is Sam.
okay. So, yeah, Dean told him to think about his dead dog to pull off the crying, crying scene. Um, and then another fun fact is this is the only time we see werewolves that have been turned by a werewolf. So they're calling them like mutts, but they act
Yeah,
different to all the pureblood werewolves going forward. So all the other
it's
werewolves we'll see, they have control over when they can change and shit.
and yeah, and they change the eyes. They make the eyes so that it's easier to tell they're werewolves.
Yeah, like green instead of blue. Um, Okay, there was a fucked up part where the dead guy in the morgue in the scene accidentally blinked. I didn't catch that when I was watching it, but I guess that happened. And then the only real problem I had with this one is, they stayed with her overnight. She didn't fucking change. It's the full moon or whatever. She should have changed. But they were kind of implying that she had to, like, fall asleep to change. But if that were true, did she fall asleep when she was tied up in the fucking chair?
Maybe. I mean, that's 100% possible. Or
I don't know.
maybe
If you were a woman and you thought there was some crazy dude who just tied you up in your fucking living room and you're stuck to a chair, do you think you could fall asleep? That was the only problem I saw with it.
I mean, I don't know. It might have to do with the phases of the moon. I mean,
yeah, they didn't really say.
I mean, it's more lore than they want to get into, which we'll see about that in the next episode as well. Because I mean, it's like, well, we'll see an example in the next episode. But it's just, I don't know. It makes sense with the sleep thing though, because if you hit REM, your brain can switch over to a different side of it. So,
and that's how she wouldn't know that she was changing and shit. But I just found it absolutely ridiculous that this girl who's tied to a chair in a living room by a crazy dude is gonna have,
it's that Jekyll and Hyde thing, like all those movies and TV shows where like a person when they sleep turns into a different person, and then that person leaves like notes to the other person. I can't think of any great examples at this moment, but there's been a lot of those throughout TV and movies.
Fight Club.
Who? Oh, yeah, Fight Club. That's a perfect example.
Fight Club.
We don't talk about Fight Club. That's number one rule.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was a really good episode. It could have. I mean, they could have definitely made a movie out of this one.
It would have been a very gay movie, but yes. Fucking cricket.
No.
All right, well, there's a cricket somewhere out here, and I was trying to catch it so I could release it. But, because the last time I killed one, my wife got all pissed off because she's like, that's 7 years of bad luck on us.
For a cricket?
Yeah, Asian superstition. You kill a cricket, it's bad luck on your family, your house, your cow, all that stuff. So.
What if you use them to go fishing?
Oh, that's not. You're not killing it then, I guess. But.
Well, I'm shoving a hook through it.
But I did like the fact that there was a Cujo reference in this. That made me laugh. And they do mention skinwalkers in this. That's the other thing I had to bring up is they mentioned skinwalkers. Even though
just like briefly, right?
Briefly. They say like that's maybe a possibility of what is going on in the beginning. They think it might be a skinwalker. They didn't jump to werewolf immediately, but yeah. And I gotta point out, because we were discussing this before we went on live, the woman who plays Madison, Emmanuelle Vaudier, she got huge on 2.5 Men for playing Mia, Charlie Sheen's girlfriend on the show for a good while in one of the seasons, and then a couple guest appearances after. So, including at his funeral, where she says that he gave her some kind of venereal disease. But
I've never seen the show, so
I know you never seen it, but it's actually funny when they killed off Charlie after he went crazy. At his funeral, like all his ex-girlfriends from the show are there. They all like start saying like, "Oh, he gave me herpes. Oh, he gave me chlamydia. Oh, he gave me this." Like it's fucking hilarious. Like the show.
#winning.
Tiger blood, buddy. Tiger blood. But
crazy how long ago that was. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was back in the 2010. That was back in the early 2010s. For God's sake, when all that shit went down.
I know.
But
getting fucking old, dude.
But, well, folks, I guess it's time to go to my episode. And my episode was season 2, episode 18, and it's called Hollywood Babylon, which was written by Ben Edlund, and directed by Phil Sgriccia. And this one actually I kind of was happy this was mine because on this show we do horror movie brackets, as every fan of the show knows, and I've watched a lot of B, C, D shitty horror movies, and this episode's basically about one of those. So the episode starts off on the set of Hellraiser's 2, The Reckoning, which the name itself just makes it seem shitty as fuck, which is being directed by Mick G, which I'm pretty sure Mick G is the director of one of the directors of Supernatural, if I'm not mistaken. So they kind of, uh, I
Bobby
think
Singer
I'm not.
moment.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I recognize the name Mick G. I don't know from what, but uh, but yeah, and actually there's a lot of guest stars and stuff, and we'll get to them though. Let's see, we want to get to one right now. Yeah, actually, well, yeah, because the star of the movie, Tara Benchley in the show, Elizabeth Whitmore, for those of us who know her from other things. Uh, she sees a stagehand get killed basically after the stagehand tries to warn them about ghosts, and then when she sees him killed, she starts reporting seeing a ghost near the body when she saw the body. And Dean convinced Sam to come to Los Angeles for a break after Madison's death, so there's continuity in there. But Sam wants to throw himself into work, and Dean, a movie buff, becomes really happy when he realizes that the movies are her movies starring one of his favorite actresses, Tara. And the funny thing is, we first see the boys, they're on a tour through the studio on a tour thing, and the tour guide says, "Oh, we're now passing the set of Gilmore Girls," which Sam was on. So that was a fun little thing they did. And Sam kind of rolls his eyes when they say that too. That's the best part of it. But
What was his name in Gilmore Girls, Jeremy?
I never watched the show religiously, so I don't know. I watched that show here and there, but there was nothing else on TV. But I don't ever remember seeing him on it. I don't think he had.
Thing. Oh yeah, the long time. Yeah, he was even in the new one. But his name in the show is Dean.
So
maybe it just makes it a little funnier.
No, I never watched Supernatural when I was watching that show when it was like repeating and like when it was still on, like when I was in high school. So I never watched Supernatural, so I wouldn't have even known to look for him or know who he was. He would have just been another face in the crowd. But
Little Sam.
Eventually Sam and Dean discover that the stagehand's death was faked by the studio executives to promote interest in the movie. But another studio executive, Brad Redding, who I can't find that motherfucker. Okay. He's apparently wasn't played by anybody big enough to be listed. But actually, I know. He's played by Gary Cole, who everybody should know who Gary Cole is. He's famous for a lot of fucking roles. I mean, he was in the Adam Sandler version of Longest Yard. He's in a lot of different movies. But he dies in the middle of the set after encountering a ghost. And so Dean goes undercover, joining the crew as a PA, which he learns to love the job because he discovers that the catering on these sets is amazing, and it is. My grandfather had an RV, and he lived in Florida. He used to bring his RV to all these different commercial sets and everything, and like he would rent it out just for stars to use for it, and like he would just basically sit outside of it, make sure it was clean, make sure they had everything they needed, and he would just sit outside of it and do whatever or walk around the set for whatever for like however many days it was. Like he met Oprah, he met so many famous people, and he had no idea who any of them were, so they all loved him because he didn't give a fuck who they were. But like he straight up told my dad one time, he's like, yeah, I met this really nice woman's using my RV at this job. I think her name's. He's like, I think her name's like. He started saying like names. My dad's like, do you mean Oprah Winfrey? And he's like, yeah. And my dad's like, she's one of the biggest stars in the world. Like, how do you not know? But yeah, it's funny. But I actually did one where we did. I went with my dad on one of them where it was it was a commercial and there was a tennis star using it. What the fuck's her name? I can't think of it, but she's hot as fucking shit. Like we literally, I mean, but I got to go to the freaking catering like table like all I wanted while we were there, and the freaking food at these things is incredible. Like they hire some good fucking caterers always. But Dean becomes a PA and basically eats his heart out, and they discover that a young actress killed herself in the 30s after being wounded and dumped and fired by a studio executive. They find her buried at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, which Dean is very psyched to be at because there's a lot of cool gravestones and a lot of famous people that he likes. But they salt and burn the bones there. And at the same time, another executive producer of this movie, Jay Wiley, who was played by Don Stark, or for those who don't know, he's Bob Pinciotti from that 70s show and that 90s show. But like I said, a lot of big guest stars in this episode. But
Hollywood.
oh yeah. But I love that. I love that fucking Bob Pinciotti's in the set without his afro, but still. He encounters a different ghost, and he is killed after being pulled into a large stage fan, which that's a horrible way to go. I mean, because he knew what was going to happen. Like he was being dragged towards it by like his foot being stuck around a cable. Like he knew what was going to happen, and to know that's coming is just that's got to be brutal. But after he's killed, Sam knows the Latin in the movie script is a real summoning ritual, and they confront the writer Martin Flagg, who is very excited in the beginning that he thinks that Sam didn't like his writing, but then when he realizes it's all about the Latin, he admits that any authentic rituals and scripts remain from the original script by a writer named Walter Dixon, which no one. Ben Ratner. Why does that sound familiar? I don't know. Oh, maybe he's related to Brett Ratner, the director. But anyway, so Dixon lures Flagg onto the set to kill him, but Sam and Dean arrive just in time to save him after Dixon uses his chicken bone necklace to summon some more ghosts. And Dixon admits that he was conjuring real ghosts and forcing them to kill those he saw as responsible for ruining his script. Before they can stop him, though, he destroys the talisman he was using. That's the name for it, talisman. And this frees the spirits who, enraged at being used to murder people, turn on him and kill him. Gee, don't fuck with the dead. Good lesson right there, folks.
Couldn't see that coming.
But the movie continues with because they do this whole great scene where Sam and Dean like are rescuing Martin Flagg, and Martin Flagg takes everything that they did and incorporates it into the movie in the script of the movie. So Sam's watching the movie get shot, like with them acting exactly like Sam and Dean did while they're actually killing the ghosts or trying to fend them off at least. And I will say that whole scene was hilarious because like when they go into the freaking on the movie set when they go into the cabin and they think like they have a way to not have the ghost be able to get them that easy, and then Dean turns around and realizes that it's an open fucking set and the whole back of the cabin's non-existent, and he's like, "Oh, come on!" Like, yeah, that was hilarious. This whole episode was like one of the funnier ones, but
yeah.
But Sam goes out in the lot and he finds Dean emerging disheveled and with a post-coital glow. He got laid and we see him leaving Tara's trailer with Tara sitting there smiling at him, and they walk off into the sunset together until it is wheeled away and revealed it's just another Hollywood prop. This is one of those episodes that's funnier than like really. It's funnier than it is really serious, and that's the great thing about it.
Yeah.
But it's actually
Sam's face when they do the Gilmore Girls thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And it's actually the first episode ever that we don't see the Impala in. There's not one scene with them being in the Impala. They go in it at some point apparently because they go to the cemetery, but we do not see them get in it.
Is there any other episodes where there's no Impala?
Yeah,
or is
there
this
is.
The only one? Oh, okay.
No, there's other ones. There's other. Well, I mean, no spoilers. We'll get to that eventually. But
Oh yeah. Okay. I remember. Yeah.
And there's actually a reference to the Lois and Clark TV series as well, which a lot of people think it's a reference to Jensen Ackles, Dean being on Smallville, but and it was funny when they were going through and Dean's like when they're walking through the set, Dean's like, "Look, I think it's Matt Damon," and Sam's like, "The person's sweeping a floor," and Dean's like, "Well, he could be doing research for a new role, which is a Good Will Hunting like lead, like a Good Will Hunting reference." And at one point in the show, this I caught this when I was watching it. It was pretty fucking hilarious. But Sam says that weather is pretty crappy for LA and that it's practically Canadian, which the whole show is filmed in Canada. So uh, um, that was kind of like him poking fun at them for filming it in Canada always.
That one they did do at the Warner Brothers set though, didn't they? I mean, that was a real set,
Nope.
wasn't it?
Nope. It was filmed in Canada.
Huh. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
this episode is the majority of the show, unless they actually have to be somewhere to do like a filming. But
Yeah, I know the majority. It's like it's funny because like if you go to Montana or Pennsylvania, it's like all the same woods. Like,
and Dean mentions Tara's fictional role in Boogeyman. We talk about how much he loves her, and she says, and when he's talking to her, he mentions her role in Boogeyman, and she says, "God, what a terrible script." Which that was a jab at Kripke because he developed the story and helped write the screenplay for the film. So they're actually like there's a lot of references to real shit in this one. And when they visit Marty in his office, like they ask him about the script, the posters on the wall are actually from previous Supernatural episodes. Monster Truck, which was a season 1 episode, and uh, it's from Route 66, the episode Route 66, and the Carnivore Carnival is actually the poster from Everybody Loves a Clown, which was the second episode this season. So they're reusing their own props basically, but
I gotta start watching on bigger TV.
and the trailer for Hellhazzers 2 that they showed in the middle of this as like a joke thing, it contains several scenes from previous Supernatural episodes, including bloodlust, children shouldn't play with dead things, and Scarecrow and Route 666. So it has 4 different scenes from 4 different episodes of Supernatural in the trailer. But
Is Scarecrow the first one? Now I can't fucking remember.
no, Scarecrow is the one that's like halfway through the first season with the actual like Jeepers Creepers thing.
Yeah.
No, the first real episode's Wendigo, but
Okay, so it is the one where they take the kid and the woman are out there and
yeah, that's the second episode of season 1. That's Wendigo.
okay.
But and I found it funny that Dean mentions like a lot of urban legends, like when he talks about the ghosts in the dailies when they're because I forgot to mention it, but they watch a lot of the dailies or like basically the daily shoots of this movie to find the ghost and what's going on. And he says like what happened with Three Men and a Baby, which is a urban legend that was debunked, but it originally said that the ghost of a boy who committed suicide is very briefly visible in the shot from the movie because interior scenes of the movie were literally filmed in the house where the suicide happened. Which is a lie. Three Men and a Baby was shot in a Toronto soundstage. Uh, it's it kind of goes back to the whole studio circulating the rumors themselves to boost the home sales of the video. But
I heard
what was that?
I heard a good explanation for your missing 411s. It's feral people out there that are kidnapping and eating people.
I've heard that too. It's possible, I guess. It's 100% possible. But
That could be.
and Mick G, the executive producer, who's portrayed by Reagan Burns in this episode, but when he's speaking to the cast in the parking lot, like tell them to take a few days off, the real Mick G can be seen standing behind Sam and Dean.
And
So,
who's the real Mick G?
uh,
You said he was
the
like a
real
writer for this show? For Supernatural?
his real name is Joseph McGinty Nicol, and he's
Oh,
the executive producer of the show from 2005 to 2013.
okay.
And then he was an executive consultant after he stepped down from being a producer. And he was the director of Charlie's Angels, and I'm pretty sure Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, so that's why they mentioned those in the trailer for the movie.
So the new
Because
ones
he
or
actually
the original 70s?
no the new ones, the movies,
Oh,
not the
okay.
TV show. Uh, but yeah, and other than that, that's pretty much all I got. I don't think there was any errors in this one really. So it was a fun episode. Oh, and we didn't even fucking rate them. What would you rate your episode? We didn't even rate them even.
Oh, I said 4.
Oh, I must have missed you say that. Yeah, I mean, the werewolf episode. I'd give it a. Yeah, 4 is good. 4 was it was a good episode. I mean, I can't wait to get to the actual werewolf episodes eventually. But it was a good
Yeah,
episode.
it was a quality episode. I just wasn't it's not my cup of tea.
I mean, it was nice to see Sam actually get laid, and that's where my wife happened to be out of the room last night when I was watching it. Otherwise, she would have been in heaven because she thinks Sam's the hottest thing ever. She's on Team Sam, not Team Dean like a lot of girls I know. But um, my episode, I would honestly give it a 4.8. It was pretty fucking fun,
Yeah, I'd go 4.5.
and I mean,
Fun and silly.
I'm giving it those extra 0.3 just for Dean's descriptions of how good all the food was. It was just so funny. And honestly, the food looked bomb. And the way he described them, I want to try. Those mini Philly cheesesteaks. It's like a Philly cheesesteak, but it's on a little bun. like it's, things that we eat regularly nowadays. He is so fucking amazed by back in 2007, 8, whatever the hell this was. So gotta love it. But well, folks, that's all we got for this week. Unless you got anything else to add about my episode.
Nope.
Well, folks, like we said, that was my episode was episode 18, I think, 17 of season 2. So
No, I was. What was I? I'm odd, so I was 17.
yeah, so
You were
mine
18.
18.
Yep.
So
19 and 20 next week.
And that means we're literally 4 episodes away from the end of the season. So actually, in 3 weeks we'll be in season 3. So that means we probably we probably got some big episodes coming up in the next couple weeks. I'm pretty sure. So
Storyline.
The next episode is definitely not, but I know there's got to be some coming up. But
For sure, yeah.
they'll probably do a monster of the week, or maybe one definitely, maybe 2, and then they'll get into the last couple episodes being serious. But we'll see you then, folks. Until Thursday. Well, we'll see you on Thursday. I mean, I know we're on a strange day here, but we'll see you on Thursday. Have a good week.
My son's
Have a
birthday,
good week, everybody.
so take it easy, guys.
Yeah, it shit happens. Have a good week, everybody.